have scattered showers and thunderstorms through the day today, but now a pretty peaceful evening sits here on the Riverwalk in Savannah. And of course, in a gorgeous view from our Savannah cam, and temperatures aren't so bad either. A pretty good feel out there as well. Nice peaceful night, a little bit of a light breeze, but that will subside as the daytime heating continues to go away through the night. Of course, temperature now at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, 75 degrees. The center is detecting a clear sky, but a few clouds to partly cloudy skies still in play there. Very light winds will continue. And notice that dew point being close to the actual temperature. May see some light patches of fog, especially in areas of rain, but not thinking that's a widespread concern. Viper radar is dry. Just a few false returns and ground clutter being picked up, but other than that, it is a dry one out there now. And earlier on, though, that wasn't the case, but still 20% chance of a lingering shower, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a factor. A warm and humid one, though, will persist. 72 degrees out the door and definitely a little above the average in the upper 60s that we are used to seeing. Tomorrow is going to be a bit warmer, but a bit more in the way of sunshine and very isolated storm coverage. Again, about the typical 30% coverage we see in the afternoon here. And again, frequent lightning and maybe a strong wind gust or two will be our main concern, but not necessarily believing that we're going to have widespread rain, but that changes as we get towards the weekend. There is a disturbance moving through the region that did prompt storm chances right along the 95 corridor, but that's about where they manifested. And this cold front's not really going to mean much in terms of the grand scheme of things. And we do continue to get that upward tick in terms of those rain chances persisting through latter portions of the week here into the weekend with about 40% coverage expected. But that is going to persist into next week, a very active sea breeze pattern along with multiple disturbances in the mid and upper levels. And that's why our area is outlined in a risk for scattered severe storms into Saturday. And that is why we have a weather aware day for the possibility for some strong damaging wind gusts in some cells. Cloud coverage in the morning, of course, that's going to thin out somewhat. Eventually, though, start to get those showers and storms to pop up. That's going to take a little while to get going, and not thinking a ton of coverage. Again, a few of you will be big winners in terms of rainfall, maybe a wind gust or two, but this will subside with the lack of daytime heating. Thunderstorm complexes will be tracking, but the first one's going to be well to our north. Eventually, though, do start to get more showers and storms around one, likely along the sea breeze, right along the I-95 corridor. Eventually, though, a thunderstorm complex from the west works its way in, and that's eventually what's going to bring the possibility for some strong damaging wind gusts. Those straight line wind gusts, and that will come through the area, of course, through about the afternoon and evening, but this timing is going to need to be ironed out over about the next, say, 24 hours or so. On the water, be mindful of those shower and storm chances persisting. That is going to be in play, especially over the Gulf Stream waters. Seas about 2 to 3 feet. Winds pick up out of the southwest at 10 to 15 knots. And that 7-day forecast, unfortunately, does bring the heat, humidity, and I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that the heat in the seas will actually be pushing into the 100 to 105 degree range on Saturday before the storms even arrive. And unfortunately, that weather aware day is in effect for the threat for damaging wind gusts and the possibility